You know, we're always hearing about the big headlines, right? But today, we're going to talk about the stories that are not making the news. We're diving into some massive, underreported crises that are shaping our world as we speak, from a brutal war sparked by a betrayal to a silent environmental disaster that honestly affects every single one of us.
Okay, so just take a second and think about the news you've seen this week. You know, the major conflicts, the political headlines, the economic updates. You could probably rattle off a few big ones pretty easily. And it's those stories that really dominate our attention, shaping how we see the world.
Right, but here's the thing. While all of our attention is pointed in one direction, these other massive crises are just getting deeper and deeper in the shadows. We're talking about conflicts, environmental disasters, and human rights catastrophes that affect millions of people. Our goal here is to pull back the curtain on some of those stories that are falling through the cracks.
Our first stop is Ethiopia, specifically in the Amhara region, a place that is being absolutely torn apart by some brutal fighting. And this isn't just another conflict. No, this is a story of how trusted allies can become the bitterest of enemies and how one political deal left millions feeling completely abandoned and betrayed.
This war isn't just about armies and territory. It really comes down to this number: 4,100. That's how many schools have been shut down, which means 4.1 million children are cut off from an education. An entire generation's future is literally being erased by this conflict.
So you're probably asking, how on earth did this happen? Well, it's a crazy turnaround. For 2 years, this militia, the Fano, fought alongside the National Army. But then a peace deal was signed in late 2022, and they felt totally shut out, especially when it came to control over disputed land. The real breaking point, though, came in 2023 when the government tried to dissolve them. Instead of laying down their arms, they fought back, and just like that, former allies became enemies in a full-blown insurgency.
And the fallout from this, it's just catastrophic. I mean, beyond the staggering death toll, the very pillars of society are collapsing. The military has been accused of attacking hospitals and blocking medical supplies. The government has apparently used the chaos as cover for mass arrests based purely on ethnicity. And get this, nearly half of all health facilities in the conflict zones have been looted or just straight up destroyed. The ability to care for anyone is just disappearing.
Okay, let's shift gears to our next story. This one isn't confined to one country. It's a silent, creeping crisis for the entire planet. We talk a lot about climate change, right? But we almost never discuss its hidden twin, the fact that we are literally mining our emergency water supply right out from under our feet. So what's driving this massive drain? Well, it's pretty simple: farming. A whopping 70% of the groundwater we pump isn't for us to drink. Nope, it's to grow our food, from the American Midwest all the way to India. We are emptying our planet's emergency reserve to feed ourselves, pumping it out way, way faster than nature can ever hope to replace it.
Now here's where it starts to sound like something out of a disaster movie. When you suck that much water out of the ground, the earth itself begins to change. The land above it literally collapses. It's causing entire cities like Jakarta to sink. And as if that's not bad enough, as the ground shifts and compacts, it can release toxic heavy metals like arsenic that have been trapped for millennia, poisoning the very water we have left.
And this brings us to the most crucial point, a really dangerous feedback loop. See, climate change creates more droughts, which forces us to pump more groundwater. This depletes our reserves, sinks our land, and poisons our water, which in turn makes the next food and water shortage even more severe. It's a cycle that is quietly accelerating toward a global tipping point, and most of us don't even see it happening. For our final story, we turn to Afghanistan, where a systematic and, frankly, deliberate campaign is underway to erase half the population from public life. This isn't just about a few restrictive laws. Many experts are now calling it a gender apartheid.
And make no mistake, this isn't some accident. It's by design. It's a system being built piece by piece, with the specific goal of confining 21 million women and girls to their homes, of making them invisible and unheard.
The most visible and just gut-wrenching part of this system is the ban on education. A girl's formal learning is over at age 13. Just 13. After that, she's barred from secondary school, barred from university. Imagine an entire generation of women denied the chance to become doctors, engineers, writers, or teachers.
So how does this actually play out in daily life? Well, a woman is forbidden from speaking or singing in public. She can't go to parks or gyms. She can't travel anywhere without a male guardian. The list of what is banned versus what little is permitted makes the goal crystal clear: to systematically dismantle a woman's autonomy and her presence outside the home.
So, a brutal war born from betrayal, a silent global water crisis, and the systematic erasure of 21 million women? These are not small stories. They are huge, civilization-level events. Which brings us to the most important question of all.
Why is it that some crises get round-the-clock coverage, while others, affecting millions and millions of lives, barely even register? Is it about proximity? Is it about complexity? Or is it because the solutions are difficult and the narratives just don't fit into a simple, clean headline?
And this is the final thought I want to leave you with. When our attention is focused on only a few stories, we're not just missing information. We're operating with a distorted map of the world. And a distorted map can never lead us to the right solutions. So what other critical stories are unfolding right now just beyond our line of sight?